I haven't decided if I want to stream Endless Ragnarok. When does it come out again? You figure I would know this, but I don't. It is tomorrow, okay. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason I thought it was later. I mean, I've beaten everything in... Actually, no. Have I done the Proto-Bahamut stuff? I'm not sure if I've gotten to that point. No, I don't think I was ever farming the Terminus weapons. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, if that's the case, I probably would not end up streaming it then, because I'd want to catch up first, so that's not tremendously interesting for a lot of people to watch. Everybody's going to want to see the new shit and be like, oh, I see you're playing Endless Ragnarok, but you're just grinding the old stuff. Maybe they'll put in a feature where, like, you can quickly power up or something, I don't know. I'm glad they're not doing, like, a new full-price release. God. Ah, the roguelike stuff is the main catch-up mechanic. I do hope they make some stuff less reliant on the online. Like being able to get the badges. I know I installed the mod to do that, but it'd be nice if that was just baked into the game, not have something that relies on having an active population, because if you play it down the line, I'm sure there's more people playing now, because, you know, the expansion is coming out soon, but it'd be nice if it was, any game that does that, I really don't like when games have things that are like, oh, you can only get this by playing online with other players. Great, so your game is going to have a population forever then. Damage cap less important. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a ton of balance shakeups. I'm sure people will all figure out the new meta. I think the biggest issue, from what I recall from, like, people who played a lot of the endgame, was that effectively, a lot of fights became rocket tag, where a single hit would basically down you, so the goal was never to build HP, but rather to just simply get as many retries, like as many free revives as you possibly could. Because building for HP was effectively useless, like you could maybe survive a single hit. Endless Ragnarok is a very different beast. Or I guess Relink in general. You don't get to plan stuff ahead of time, you gotta do that shit live. Like, it's a combination of, like, you gotta be able to dodge stuff, obviously, yeah, but also it's important to be able to deal damage, too. I do love, I think my favorite bit, like, I never actually got to do it myself, but I was watching the Lucilius Zero. And my favorite part is Gopherwood arc when he just turns into John fucking Madden and just everything happens. I think that's my favorite, just, here you go, deal with this. It's Gopherwood arc time. Now, which Blue Sky let you do polls? So if you could have done polls, I would have put out like a, you know, what guy should I be type poll for Ilan. Because I haven't played this in a while and there's a lot of new stuff. I do have to make a new character, though, because I don't remember when I played, I don't think there were cloud saves. Now, if you've never seen this game, it is a treat. I love this game. I guess I could do a poll, but I gotta write them all out now. I might just do informal. Alright, goodbye, Void Stranger. Alright, so Elan, however you pronounce it. The katakana would be Edin, but I'm sure everybody has their own way of pronouncing it. I should probably turn on cursor capture so you can see where I'm pointing. That would probably be good. Because this is a very mouse-based game. You use your mouse in this game. So if you've never seen this game before, it is an open world, sort of, but not really a roguelike. Like, it has turn-based combat and such. It's like tile-based, turn-based combat. And there are a billion different ways to interact with situations, but unless you turn on specifically the hardcore mode that, you know, deletes your guy when you die, then it's... you can't really call it. I don't fucking know anymore, man. I don't know. But yeah, I don't have any of my guys anymore. They're gone. They're off the cloud. So we gotta start fresh. So this is a sandbox. I'll just call it a roguelike for simplicity's sake. This is a sandbox roguelike with a big open world that has, like I said, a billion different things you can do. There's a ton of different skills. You can specialize in a bunch of different things. So first thing you gotta do is make your character. This is the prequel to Ilona, which came out like, God, almost 20 years ago at this point. So story-wise, it takes place before. There's some references to stuff that happens, but we gotta start by making a character. So gender and all that stuff, I don't believe has any real bearing on anything. It's just for, you know, here are the three genders. Question marks, male and female. And then you can also do your character portrait. There's a lot of options here. There's also custom portraits as well. So if you want, like, here's the built-in list of portraits. God, I fucking love the one custom sprite just sitting there. This is for if you want to do a custom sprite. There's like an example file in the folder, and it is a crusty-ass Ilona portrait. The nice thing is that if you set it up correctly, all the portraits will inherit your hair color, so you're not... you know, you're not forced to use a portrait that has a hair color that doesn't match at all. You can also turn on or off the gender and unique portrait locks. So if you want, you can, you know, have a masculine portrait for a feminine character or vice versa, or whatever you want. There's also like plot-specific NPC portraits that normally aren't available. You can pick those if you want. But they obviously do not play nicely with the color customization because they are meant to have that specific hair color and all that. So there's also like different you know, accessories and stuff. You know, gotta have your cat ears, different clothing options. These can all be modified as well. This isn't like a permanent selection. It still has the fucking custom portrait. Hold on. So you can pick your name. You can also just have it randomly generate one for you. And age, I think, is just... I think you do age over the course of the game, but I don't believe it has any real bearing on anything. The most important things will be your race and your class, because races and class. They also added extra ones. So by default, you have, you know, these ones, and if I turn on the extra races, we have access to a lot more. Some are overpowered. I think, I want to say demigods are just stronger in general, so they're more of like kind of a cheat, maybe. I think in the original game there was the cat god race where if you enabled them, they would move so quickly that vendors could not restock their shops in time, so you had to actively go find food. Otherwise, you would be starving to death too quickly for anyone to buy food for you. But yeah, all the races are important because they determine your starting stats. There's also masteries that you get, so for example... The Urlis are kind of your generic human, I guess, equivalent. They are good at gun. And they start with marksman, negotiation, investing. They also get a fast learner feat, which I believe is just increased experience. Oh no, you learn feats faster. And you can train stuff a little cheaper. Then you got the Yldurna, who are kind of your elf equivalent, I guess. They are better at casting, like they have slightly different stats, but generally focus on magic and charisma. There's also like specific racial traits, so for example, they get slightly more mana, slightly less life, reducing effective mana overflow, so they're not going to take as much damage from overcasting. So, Party Love Coral Threshold, I think that's a new one. I don't remember seeing that last time. Then you got your fairies, who are kind of difficult to play, but very fun. So the gimmick for fairies is that they can only wear stuff which is 1 stone or less, which this game measures things in like stone and their weight capacity, so anything heavier than 1 stone cannot be worn. But in exchange you get bonkers high charisma, magic, perception, learning stats. Physically you're very weak. Your life stat is 35, but your speed is 180 and your mana is 130. And you also get additional evasion and elemental damage reductions. You also innately float because, you know, you're a fairy. But as soon as anything hits you physically, you're probably going to turn into dust. But in exchange, you get a ton of resistances, so if you're able to deal with the downsides, fairies can be potentially very strong. Then you got the Hillfolk, which are kind of your dwarf equivalents. They get they're able to get drunk and get bonuses, and not get penalized because you can get drunk in this game. You can, you know, there's a lot of fun things you can do. You can throw alcohol potions at people and cause them to get drunk. So if you're in a fight with someone, you can forcibly hit them with the White Claw. As you might imagine, dwarves are good at physical. They got a lot of life, slightly less mana. Also have poison and darkness resistance, increased hunger cap, they get to eat more. And then musician is just my class. That's we'll do Taurus just to kind of specialize. We'll show off the actual like racial specialization more. Taurus is the hard mode class. Don't play Taurus if it's your first time playing. Jouer are kind of your, I guess, wanderer, like your nomadic. They are good for like dexterity, like they're fast. They get a little more speed, average life and mana stats. They also are good at cooking and traveling, which traveling is a skill that gives you experience for literally just walking around on the map. And then they also get, anytime you cook something, it gets the just prepared trait. You also get better benefits from food. Again, none of these are like, with the exception of Snail, most of these are not like, you know, you're gonna permanently fuck yourself up if you pick Elia or something. Or maybe Elia are the elves. I guess Yldurn are more like your wizard, I don't know. But they're also good with mana. Actually, significantly better than mana, but a little weaker. You also have a lot of ether resistance, which is a special mechanic that causes you to basically get mutations over time. This game has sort of a permanent thing going, like you have a permanent ether disease going on in the background, which will eventually cause you to have weird stuff happen to you if you don't treat it. Can potentially be useful, but also is potentially bad. Then you got your chaos shape. These are the shapeshifters. They get new body parts when you grow, because this is one of those games where you can have like 4 arms. And you can equip 4 swords to each arm. If you want to quad wield, you are allowed to do that. But it's random which one you get. So you just get bonus limbs. Good luck. You start with less body parts, but eventually you get more, so this can be a fun race to play if you want to just have weird shit going on constantly. But your charisma is 1, because people are naturally scared of the person with extra legs or arms or whatever. Extra torsos. Then you got your snails. This is the hard mode class. You have the snaily trait. This causes people to throw salt potions at you, and you melt because you're a snail. That's literally it. Snails are not for casual players. Snails are hard mode. Snail Tourist is the hardest class in the game to play, so don't pick Snail Tourist. Then you got your liches. They're more of a spellcaster. You have undead stats, so you're resistant to most of the quote-unquote evil elementals, but then you're weak to fire and holy, and you cannot be scared because you're already scary. And you're more of a spellcaster, so very physically weak, but you have good dodge, good mana casting, physical damage, elemental damage reduction. You also don't eat as much. So yeah, and then we got our classes. So these are a lot less impactful than your race selection, because these just kind of determine your starting stats. So for example, warrior, you start with bonuses to stuff that would befit a warrior, so extra strength, extra endurance, 2-handed stat, regeneration, shield, heavy armor. Tactics is just kind of a catch-all stat that governs melee combat. And then you get weapon mastery, which increases the effectiveness of melee weapons. Oh, that's race. You got your thieves, which are very good at pickpocketing, disarming traps, dual wielding, all that stuff, you know. There's also class domains, which affect like what elements or abilities you specialize in. So for example, wizards are good at elemental magic. As you might imagine, they are wizards. They are mastery of staff and short sword. They are good at casting. It's a wizard. Do I need to explain what a wizard does? They read books and cast spells. And then you have the more non-combat oriented classes, because Elin is a game where there's a lot of different things you can do. So the first one is farmer. So in exchange for not necessarily having great, combat stats, you get the ability to reduce your stamina consumption, which is very important once you start doing farming and stuff, or just production skills. You can also identify food, so you can see hidden food traits, because there are a lot of different foods that give you buffs in this game. Yeah, Gunner I think was added relatively recently. I think when I first played, they didn't have it. Then you got your archer. They're good at specifically bow-type weapons. There's, like, ranged combat, but then there's also, like, gunnery versus archery. So archers are more focused on, like, riding horseback, but you can also just... You could have a horse gunner if you wanted to, too. Then war mage is more kind of like your battle mage type. You're decent at combat and decent at spell casting. So you start with a little bit of weapon and magic mastery. Oh, you even get to pick the domains, I didn't realize. If you want to specialize in something else to start, you don't have to do what the game gives you. And then tourists, this is the hard mode class I mentioned, where they get vacation vibes, so they do get increased inventories at stores, but you also get overcharged because you're a stupid tourist. So everybody overcharges you. You also do not get your Platinum Yendorian Express card. At least not at the beginning. Pianists are Pianists are a funny class because they get weightlifting because they carry their piano around with them everywhere. So you get to start with weightlifting as a base stat already ready to train. And obviously you start with the music stat because you're going to be good at performing, negotiation, you have good charisma, so people will give you better prices on stuff. And then you can also do a little bit of investing. And yeah, then there's the musician feat, which is just you are better at performing in general. Also, I believe that you learn like the sound ball spells and stuff for pianists. They specialize that by default. Then you got your priests. They focus more on defensive magic, like they're good at willpower magic, which is kind of your defensive spellcasting stat. Good at tanking hits. They start with shield and heavy armor. Faith, there are a lot of bonuses for worshipping gods in this game, so it can be very useful to pick a god and pray. Yeah, devout is a stat that gives you an additional bonus for faith. And then gunner. 0 strength. You do not get any strength to start with. You can train these up later. These are not like locked to 0 for the entire game. So they're kind of like similar to thieves in that they're good at like disarming traps and spotting hidden traps and stuff, but rather than stealing, they're just very perceptive of stuff, and they can kind of sneak around a little bit. Very good at shooting, as you might imagine, you know, gunnery. You also start with just extra luck. But unfortunately, gunners do not get any charisma bonuses whatsoever. Oh no, thieves don't even get it either. I thought thieves got some. So I guess what do we play, chat room? What do we play with the exception of Snail Tourist? I'm not playing Snail and I'm not playing Tourist. I want to have a fun time playing today. You can also re-roll your background. Gun apostrophe S. Berry Gunner. Farmer. Lich Wizard of some kind might be fun. This doesn't affect anything, I believe. I think it's just your birthday. Some characters give you items for your birthday, and then this is just for background stuff. Fairy Farmer, Fey Farmer, play the piano. Fairy that can barely hold her own gun. Okay, it sounds like we might be rolling a fairy today, then. Feels like we're kind of going for farmer. Farmer slash gunner. Farmer might actually be easier because they get more learning. Although gunner does get some magic stats, which is pretty funny. Generation. Cooking is really nice as a stat. Undead Cowboy. I think the general consensus is people are wanting a fairy. Learning 8. Farmers do get a little more endurance. Oh, sorry. That is my email. That's not yours. I forgot to close my email. Like, fairies already have really good evasion. I kind of want to get farmer because gourmet is a really nice trait. Lets you eat food pretty safely. Name and gender and all that stuff, this is, you know, purely for flavor, but if you got any suggestions, feel free. I might look at some portraits in the meantime, see what we got. Chicken. Chimkin. Bort is a popular... No, I already named my other character Bort. Yeah, generally anything with, like, A hair color that cannot be changed is a unique character. Going past this point, these are all like quest NPCs. I believe you can also change these whenever you want, like you're not locked into these. What if purple sheep? Yeah, I haven't looked at the workshop stuff, but it does have official workshop support now. What if I just played the tutorial NPC, because like a fairy girl pops up in the tutorial windows and tells you how to do stuff? Look at that mustache. I like this one, the girl who wears a chicken on her head. Yeah, you know what? That's a good one. Let's give her green hair. Oh, did I not click it? I thought I clicked it. Wait, where did the portrait go? I had it. Oh, is it one of the unique portraits? Where did it go? It's not a... Is that a male portrait? Oh, it's one of the special ones, that's probably why. There we go. Oh yeah, we gotta pick our alias as well. So these are... You don't get to directly input your alias, you have to roll for it. So this is just your title, this is what people call you. You can re-roll as much as you want, you're not locked in, but... Shocked Duck. These are Metal Gear names. Gun. Gun? Yeah, gun. I think body type is just for, like, if you have boob or not. Let's see, what are the hair options? There's, like, main hair and sub hair as well. You're not locked into just one hair sprite. Let's see if we can match the portrait. Not like pigtails. Well, she does kind of have braided pigtails. Braids, though. It's not like drills. Are these braids? Oh, those more look like drills. It's not accurate. It's gonna be accurate. Gotta take things seriously with our chicken head. Oh yeah, no, like I'm almost positive, like once people work on the modding stuff, it is gonna be wild to see what they add in. Receding hairline fairy. Or just bald. Isn't that Final, like the protagonist from Final Prophet, that one RPG Maker game, she's fully bald. Chrome Dome Queen. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see, eyes. No, this is just the shape, or just no eyes. Eyeless. Oh, this is just the background. Oh, here we go. I was gonna say, surely we can change color. Just do full red eyes. Oh, I right-clicked. You can right-click. Face. Kind of like the eye patch. What are the top options here? Also, this, you can undress. This game does not have, like, nudity. It's like Barbie doll nudity. So. It'd be good for a farmer. Yeah, sure, that works. You can also have, like, pant or additional dress options, but hard to tell. Yeah, that color works. Where? Oh, I think cape is I think that's like a separate accessory you can modify later on. That's fine for now. I'll call her Sword. Sword, alias of gun. Do I get to... Oh, can you not select your domain here? Oh, maybe that was just one of the special feats. Sword? Gun? I'm actually kind of curious. What are the extra classes? Inquisitor. Okay, so these are like faith-based gunners, I guess. A little bit of casting too. Then Paladin. Two-hand regeneration, heavy armor, tactics, casting. Yeah, holy tanks. Executioner. Oh, they start with anatomy. That's actually kind of nice. Very physically strong. And the knowledge of iron balls to carry out execution smoothly. What is this feat? What is Heart of Death? Oh, I see. Your crit rate goes up as you lose health. Sword Sage, Strength, Endurance, Magic, Tactics, Literacy, Meditation, Casting. Oop. Talisman Mastery. Oh, is that like a new weapon type? I don't think I played when like Sword Sage was there, and then we got Witch. Good with Alchemy. Throwing. Oh, is it like they throw potions and stuff rather than... I guess they can still directly cast, but they're also decent at throwing potions and stuff. We'll go Farmer. Good healer. Brand new bastard. Oop. Thankfully it does save. If you... Right-clicking in this game is closing the menu. But thankfully it will save your character creation data. Able Ghost, Hungry Miner. My father was a pushy witch, my mother was a dark smith. Yeah, sure, born in the mountain. You can also do additional difficulty settings, so if you want to do... By default, it doesn't limit save scumming or anything. But if you want, you can turn on additional bonuses or penalties. So for example, adventure mode turns these on by default. So by default, when you die the first few times, like you get freebies basically. But then eventually that protection goes away, but with adventure mode it just turns that off immediately. And also manually saving and loading is turned off by doing adventure mode, which I think is honestly more interesting. Like, it's... A lot of people play this game by just constantly spamming reload over and over again anytime something fails, and it's like... If you have fun with it, I guess, but I don't know, I think it's more interesting. And then there are additional options, so for example, limit beneficial actions in user map means that you can't safely train your stats, but I like having that off because it's I think it's a little punishing if you're playing like a more non-combative character. And this one, there's a scaling difficulty setting in the game called Fame, which basically gets harder as you do well. And by default, the fixed story content is locked to a specific level. But if you allow it to modify with Fame, then you can also increase the story difficulty with that, but I'll just leave that off for now. And then Permadeath. Iron Man. Then there's additional settings you can do to give yourself buffs. So, for example, you can multiply XP gain, increase your like loot from bosses. So, and then there's one you can just lock characters to 13 years old permanently if you want, but we'll leave that off. I'll keep manual saving and no initial death penalty. We'll keep that locked in. Ponder what mess of a character. I mean, world's your oyster. It's actually the same map that you are playing in Ilona as well, but it is before most of the bad shit goes down. Only some of the bad shit is going down now. You're awake. All video games start with you waking up. It's the law. Your two tutorial NPCs that make you do horrendous things to learn how to play the game. They are still here. So there's a brief intro, kind of mostly just there to teach you like how to play. So unlike Ilona, this game is mostly mouse controlled. There are keyboard shortcuts still, but it's not like Ilona where you're using, you know, the numpad to move around. There's the tutorial NPC I was talking about earlier. Basically just telling you, you know, this is how view stuff later. So this game uses more of an Ultima Online style inventory. Like, it's not quite to the same level of just shove everything into a bag, but it's a lot more like, you know, you have different backpacks and bags and stuff. So right now we have our adventure log, which she just mentioned. That's how you can view conversations again. You start with some bandages as well. God, we have 7 HP. That's very little HP. So controlling is done by moving the mouse around. So you just click on a tile, you go there. If you are adjacent to something, you can usually pick it up or interact with it in some way. So for example here, I can pick up the vegetable soup, and now that it's in my hands, I can either eat it or put it in my inventory for later, because you don't have to worry about spinning, or spilling it, I should say, not spinning. So we'll just pick it up and eat it. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Filled. Thankfully, this game's a lot easier to tell, like, at a glance what things do. If you see a status window or something, you can usually hover over it, and it'll show you. There's also a big, you know, help guide in here. If you want to learn everything about everything, you can do that. So these are my abilities. By default, we start with just a few. Oh, can I start by pickpocketing? Interesting. Self-harm. So this is, if you need to die and you don't have a means of doing it, if you are somehow, like, soft-locked, you can try and kill yourself. We also start with riding, because we have farmer, and then we can also pray. And then we can also do crafting and stuff, but we don't have any items, I think. Unlike the first game, this, like, you could absolutely build, like, a little home base and stuff, but it wasn't really, like, super necessary. Like, it made your life a lot easier, but in this case, it is a lot better. Like, the entire goal of this game is to have, like, settlements and stuff, as opposed to just, you know, this is just for you. Like, you're building towns in this game, basically, which is pretty fun. Let's go talk to Ashland, or Ash. There's Fiamma. And he just gives us a free deed. So if you want, you can do the tutorial stuff here. Which I'll do just to kind of explain how stuff works. So just explaining how you pick things up, which we just showed off. Anything in a town sitting around requires you to steal. And then we have 3 stats here at the bottom. So this is our health, this is our mana, and this is our stamina. So health and mana are pretty self-explanatory. They're the same in most games. Also, let's pick up that land deed. That'll be important. The stamina stat is used to govern pretty much everything that requires production or special moves. So for example, certain special moves might not cost any mana, but they usually will cost stamina. And then creating items and stuff will also consume stamina. So let's go ahead and claim the land. You get, like, objectives here. So we'll read our land deed. And by doing that, we now have this tile on the map. We have unlocked this area as a base. So it is deployed to Hearthstone. This is basically just for you to teleport back. You can also change the name of your home now that you have it. So by default, it just takes on the name of whatever tile it is, but we can call it something funnier, like, I don't know. Bortland. So now we live in Portland. So talk to him again, and he gives you a hatchet. And 10 gold bars, which are the special currency. And then he adds some bonus goals to the quest board, which you can take on quests from, as you might imagine. Also, we have... Or no, he threw them on the ground, but we have a hatchet and gold bars. So unlike in Ilona, Elin does require specialized tools to gather effectively. Ilona, you kind of just picked up stuff from wherever, whereas here it's a lot more focused on gathering stuff to get materials now. You don't just pick them up off the ground. And then you can also set shortcuts, so right now we don't have any shortcuts. We'll add the axe into the scroll wheel. Bye. So the axe, it can cut trees, it can also mine wooden walls, which is funny. The important thing is that you have to make sure you do have the item selected, like it has to be, this is your active slot. This is also separate from your equipped weapon, I believe. I think. Yeah, because this is your hand slot. So, let's go ahead and chop a tree. Depending on the difficulty of what you're trying to gather, it can take longer, it can take shorter. Logs, or should I say Mr. Log, are the most basic crafting materials. So, materials can be processed into cut stone, into planks, and all that stuff. Our quick craft skill is important because that lets us start with the workbench. So we need another log. Let's find another rosewood tree. A putit. Putit. The putits are your absolute most basic, easy combat enemy. Sometimes they pop out of trees. So let's do some of the starting quests. We'll get some free gear and such. Shared container. It's one of the big new things, because unlike the first game, NPCs are a lot more autonomous in this one. And so you can have people, like, settle in your base, and you can give them crates to pull from. So kind of like RimWorld, Dwarf Fortress, all that stuff. As long as they have the means to store and take things out, they can use containers as well. If they need food, they'll take food out of it, etc., etc. So we'll put this box down on the ground here. Anything more than a tile away has to be, like, you throw it, so it does have to be adjacent to you. And then once you have a box, you can change its permissions. So currently it is a shared container, but you can set it back to private if only you want to do it. And there's also a whole bunch of configuration options you can set for containers. So for example, there's the auto dump, which allows you to, like, whenever you press a button, it'll just automatically put anything that matches criteria into that container. So for example, you can set, you know, I only want money in this container, I only want currency, I only want books, etc., etc. So there is a whole bunch of customization you can do. You know, so make it so it gets fixed to a specific position. If you want to always have it show up here, for example, you can say, like, I only want it to ever show up here. I don't want it to move ever again. So now when I open that container up, it's always going to be up here. You can also change the appearance if you want to make it bigger or smaller. Or you can change if you'd rather have a very vertical container, you can have a very... If you want to play tape mode, you can do tape mode. You can also set icons for... Oh, I lost it. Oh, did I not set the icon? Hold on. That's supposed to show up on the map or something? Where's that? Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. So once you do your first few tutorial quests, you get your first companion. Which animal do you like? A dog, a cat, a bear, a little girl. The little girl is technically the best choice because you get... she can basically fight. The bear can take hits, but is not incredible at fighting. And the dog and cat are considerably less good at fighting. Little girl is more of a type of monster in this game rather than a specific character. Grab a little girl. Tell me the story of the ugly beast. So with the gold bars we got there, we can also buy other things. So home board and resident board are useful. We'll buy those. These are... Money is tricky in this game because you can't just, like, store it away for later. Like, you can use these banks, but you only get to withdraw from them one time. You can't just stash all of your money Unless you have a ton of these, like, kitty banks and piggy banks and all that stuff. And then she also sells a bunch of recipes, so... We probably want to buy... the millstone recipe.
Can you fart so hard your
we probably
balls
want to explode our
explode?
balls. Balls? Sculpting table, we'll grab that. Practice chest is good for practicing lockpicking. Buy some recipes for food. Oh, those are 2 gold bars each. And then you can also learn how to do tax evasion if you spend all of your starting gold bars. I wouldn't recommend doing that. You learn how to make pasta salad. So these unlock the recipes for crafting. We'll go ahead and drop these down. Also, you might have noticed that when I put that down, it increased the ranking of your home, so... Basically, there are scores for your settlements that the higher they are, the more popular they are, which means that more people will come and visit. And this is potentially very good for doing stuff like, you know, if you're having a shop area. I mean, they've added a ton of stuff since the last time I played this, but I gotta start from fresh because I do not have a cloud save, and I didn't back up my old character file, so we're starting fresh here. So, your companion, whichever one you pick, I think you can talk to any of them. I think even, like, the bear and the cat will talk to you. So, your companion will start with gear based on their type. So, for example, she starts with a long staff, feather hat, a breastplate, and gloves. So, even just a few pieces of gear will help out a whole lot. She also has, like, depending on NPCs, will have traits as well. So, for example, she has plus 10 protection value, which is very good early in the game. And then she's also got 2 levels of weapon mastery, which means that she'll be pretty good at melee fight, which is great for me because I'm not. Exercise. Favorites, dairy and jelly. So, NPCs also have work suitability in this game. So, for example, if I were to assign her to work at the base, if I told her, like, you know, don't come with me, I want you to work at the base, if you give her the correct gear to do so, she can actually start chopping wood and gathering it while we're out doing other stuff, so... I'm still gonna keep her around with me because I want someone to take hits. I have 7 HP, 7 HP is not a lot. Oh, I gotta talk to the dude again. Oh, is it not shared? Hold on. Oh, it's still private. There we go. There we go. Doing quests will also give you a karma bonus, which is generally used for if your karma goes too low eventually, like, you'll start getting attacked on sight. What else do we gotta do here? Build a house. I think we gotta pick up some weeds and such for that. I don't remember if we get the materials. Let's see. So there was customization in the first game, like you could, you know, set up custom maps and stuff, but it was just kind of like placing down tiles on a grid. Whereas here you actually need to provide the materials to make stuff. So we gotta make a workbench. We'll go quick craft. Quick craft is just like you can make a few things by hand, but that's it. It's not meant as your primary means of crafting, so... The pies in the Willow's kitchen are the best! Yes, it's the middle click. The middle click is just the I want to see everything I can do button. Adventurers who don't know how to rotate things will not survive. R also works if you prefer keyboard. Bean! I'm not too worried about, like, walls and stuff right now. Alright. So again, everything, like, you need to gather stuff in this game. It's a lot more important. The problem is that by default, your stamina is pretty low, so... can I even... Oh, not sleight of hand. Quick craft. Now, I need crafting level 6 to do this. So the workbench has different recipes. We can make a makeshift bed, for example. We can do grass doors and walls, but we don't have any materials to make them. So we gotta get some. Can I even make a torch? I don't think I can even do a torch. Oops. Yep. There we go. Torch is branch, string, and resin. So right-clicking, most stuff on the ground, like flowers and whatever, you can just kind of pick up. You don't usually need specialized tools for them. So for example, picking up this moss gets me some grass. We can use that for making our walls later. Collect bone. This is just the guts from the putit, the slime that we killed earlier. I believe chopping saplings, yeah, chopping saplings will give you branches. You can also pick off berries off of the bushes here. You can also destroy them completely if you'd rather just have the space free. I think I'll keep these around for now, though. So, you'll see there at the bottom there are different traits. These are very important because this is how you level up your stats. So for example, eating these blueberries will give me extra charisma potency, and a slight training for magic as well. It's not a lot, it's only level 3, but it is important if you're trying to train specific stats to eat the right food. So, we ate a ton of food now. If you eat too much, I think eventually you slow down a bit. So don't overeat. I need some stones later too. Oh god, I'm already weighed down. I have 180 speed, which is a lot, but I'm still currently slow. Oh, it's because I'm tired, right? So once you start using up all your stamina, you get tired, which slows you down. And unlike the first game, you can't regenerate stamina naturally just by, like, resting for a moment. You have to actually sleep. Resting also recovers your, you know, it's regeneration for whatever you got. What was that earthquake, you might wonder? Don't worry, that's just the world resetting itself. That happens. So let's use up all of our stamina. Get some weeds, pick up some stuff, clear up the space here a little bit. Items do stack in your backpack, but they do have an individual weight. So for example, this stone weighs 2.2 stone, don't ask. And then you're also limited by the total slots in your backpack. So, like, even if you have, you know, if you have 10 different branches of 10 different materials, that'll take up 10 different slots. Whereas if you have 10 branches of the same material, it only takes up to 1 slot. Important. I don't want to destroy these bushes because I want them for later. Alright, so once you get down to 0 stamina, you can still keep doing things, but then you start to take damage, which, with 7 HP, that's bad. So we're going to go ahead and use our rest skill. We're just going to sleep on the floor. No, we learned how to use Ice Arrow, oh yeah. Going to bed also, like, you can come up with new recipes while you sleep. You'll just randomly realize, oh shit, that's how I make a fire. And sometimes you also you get a dream of a random spell, so you learn how to cast it. The casting in this game is interesting because it's not just like, you know, spend mana. You get X amount of stocks for it, so here I have 8 stocks of Ice Arrow. And then I also have 31 mana, so it does cost mana to cast it. And then once you run out of stocks for your spell, you have to read spell books to replenish them. So basically just to prevent you from permanently having infinite, you know, murder beams. Also, since we slept on the ground, we did not get a lot of stamina back. We would definitely want to get a bed going. So as you use your skills, they will eventually level up. Where's my character sheet? So currently, literally all we have is a grass shirt that does nothing. And since we're playing a fairy, we have to use light gear, like we can only use anything 1 stone or less. Thankfully our speed is going to help us out a lot, but even then it's going to be very scary to get tagged. Oh, we start with a bit of mining too, interesting. So if you don't have a skill in this list, you can still do it. Like for example, I don't have... Do I have literacy? No, I don't have literacy, so like, I could try and read books and get spell charges from them, but it would be very unlikely, and also I would not train it. I can't level up the skill until I learn it in the first place. So there are trainers in the towns that'll teach you how to do these skills. And the important goal, like, you kind of focus on the stuff you need right out of the gate. And then once you're done that, eventually you can learn every skill in the game. You're not locked out of learning stuff. So being a farmer, we start with level 7 scythe proficiency, level 4 staff, and level 4 polearm. Unfortunately, since this is a melee weapon, it's going to be really rough for a fairy in direct combat, but we'll manage. What up, I'm Gun, also known as Sword. Riding can be nice, though, because riding allows you to use your mount as kind of a tank. Basically, anything can be ridden as well. The nice thing about fairies is that because, you know, they're not going to weigh anything, because they can only weigh stuff 1 stone or less, it means that they can mount almost anything. Also, yeah, reading spell books without actually having the literacy skill is potentially not good for you for a number of different reasons. But yeah, currently, since we're farmer, we can build up farming-related skills. Can I make a torch? No, I need a string. Oh no, I can make string from here. Actually, I might as well just craft the rest of them into strings. We'll need a few of them. So we'll make a torch. Items can also be made out of different materials. So if you click on something, if you have multiple types, you can use whichever one you want. And this actually means something, because if you are crafting, say for example, a pickaxe, if you make your pickaxe out of, you know, titanium versus wood, guess which one's going to be a better pickaxe? That's right, the wood pickaxe. No. So it's important to pay attention. Generally, hardness is kind of the important thing. Better hardness means it is better as a tool and more sturdy in general. Go ahead and make a torch out of rosewood. And torches are equipped, like this game has a light source slot, so it doesn't actually use up a hand slot, which is really nice. So just by having that in our bonus slot here now, it's going to provide light for us at nighttime. Yeah, build a house. Build a house out of grass, which we're going to be doing. Let's grab some of these bones, too. Bone. I think bones actually can be processed and used for other useful things as well. But I'm already tired. I need to make a bed. I think let's focus on getting a bed first. What do I need for a makeshift? Oh, I can make one already. Cool. Plop that down right there. So you might notice that if I try to craft something now, you get the scary icon, which means you can still make it, but the higher over your stamina cap that it's going to cost, the more HP it'll take to do as well. So it is absolutely possible to kill yourself by trying to make a bed when you're absolutely not ready to make a bed. So be careful. Like, this will take us down to 0. It might hurt us a little bit, but probably wouldn't be super scary. Certain things as well are free, because stuff like walls and stuff, having to sit down and spend 20 days like crafting walls would suck. So these are free, but other things like doors and stuff, they do cost. But like floors and walls, those are both free. I don't believe they train your stats at all, though. Alright, let's go ahead and take a little sleep. Also, your cap will go up as you train your stats as well, like your stamina cap. I learned how to make a cobweb. Great. Yeah, so now that we slept in an actual bed, we got a full stamina refill that time. Who was fucking throwing trash on my... I've literally claimed this place not even a day ago. Get the fuck out of here. So... this is the actual world map, the area we're on. Every instance of... like, every single tile on this map is its own unique map, basically, if that makes sense. When you're traveling on the world map, time goes much faster. And your hunger bar, like, it'll consume a lot faster. Yeah, kind of like Dwarf Fortress RimWorld. Also, there are random encounters on the world map. You'll just be walking around, then you get pulled into a random tile set, so... be very careful, especially right now, because we don't really have a lot of great combat skills. So we're currently surrounded by the Puppy Cave. Other caves, many dungeons, many caves. Most of these are random, so like every time you see the screen shake, if you remember earlier, the screen started shaking out of nowhere. That's the dungeons, like, reshuffling and randomizing around the map. So there are a few fixed ones. I believe Nimel is one of them. The Puppy Cave is also fixed. The Tinker's Camp is fixed. And then there are towns and cities and such. You can also fast travel once you get to specific areas, but they cost rations. Oh yeah, I wanted to throw my my trash. So crab. Actually, I don't want to fight a hermit crab. So I believe, unlike the first game, I believe every tile is saved until the next earthquake. So like if I were to come back here later, like this wouldn't regenerate into something else. This is still going to be the same thing, although depending on the direction you enter the tile from, I believe, yeah, you can see there on the map, it's still, like, that area's revealed. So it's not like the first game where you can just keep re-entering the same tile and you just get a different random tile every time, but once they do reshuffle, once the earthquake happens, they will shuffle out. Alright, let's start gathering some... get some more grass, I guess. Just pick up all the weeds. Also, I believe, since we have the axe, it is a little easier to gather with that. Mushrooms. Can I have some mushrooms? Also, food will spoil. You can't just carry around a billion berries. If you cook food, it spoils much slower. And then if you have a millstone, you can make kibble, which is not very nutritionally satisfying, duck, but it will never spoil, so it's a safe food. A duck, formidable. Early on, there are not too many super scary monsters to fight, but there will be potential issues if you try and fight something, for example, as a fairy farmer who cannot really fight. So these are neutral, like, they will not actively fight you, but you can attack them and no one's gonna try and be like, oh, you killed a sheep, I'm gonna kill you now. Compared to, like, you know, random travelers, townspeople, that sort of thing. It's much berry. We can do a few of them, actually. Blueberries don't fill you up a lot. You gotta eat a bunch of them to kind of fill up. Right, we were getting some more grass tufts. Also, some things, for example, we don't have the tool to mine this rock, so we can't take that out yet. We can get stones and such. Also, eating mushrooms can be dangerous because... I don't know if all of them do it, but some of them are very hallucinogenic. So if you eat a mushroom and it mind freaks you, you're going to start wandering, like you might click to go in this direction, like let's say I click here, your character might run this way instead. You might hallucinate and see characters as different things. So, for example, you might see any companions. They might look to monsters. They might look like monsters to you. So be careful you don't accidentally attack them. Also, your companions don't need to eat, but it is definitely worth it. If I give her some berries, she'll eat them as she needs to eat, basically. And that will also train their stats, just like yours. Are there no more weeds over here? Like, these are flowers. These give you different items. Oh no, we're getting tufts of grass. Never mind, that's good. That's good. Branch of grass. We can also cook food. On the fire, you can cook stuff. If you are absolutely hurting for any kind of food, you can make weed stew. It is not great, but it does give you a little bit of perception. But generally you want to cook, you know, meat, fish. A seed of weed. You rub your stomach with an unsatisfied look. You sigh. Yeah. Like Mickey Mouse slicing the tomato into a translucent slice. There's also herbs that can be mixed into medicine and such. Right now we don't have it, but we can grind them to powder and do stuff with it. I don't get it. Colorful, more ways than one. Colorful? I don't get it. So the blue herbs give you the antidote trait. So if I make bandages with it, I can also bandage myself and heal and also cure poison. Or you can mix it into food and make, like, you know, curing potions that are better than regular curing potions. Gathering 3. Talk to duck. He who acts before thinking is but a beast. Very true. So true, bestie. Just get him a whole bunch of grass, because we're going to make a basic little nerd house to start. Flowers, I think, also gives you grass to us sometimes. How's our stamina? 9. Yeah, we started, I think, 25. We're already up to 27, so it does start building up. Just early on, you gotta be a little more careful about what you do during the day. Yeah, unfortunately, there is no duck race, so duck kind of gets rolled into the chicken classification. Look at all those chickens! Chop some more wood. No, that didn't use any stamina. Interesting. Figured it'd use a lot more stamina. There we go. I was gonna say, it does cost stamina to chop trees down, but... yeah, apparently chopping down 4 trees in a row is considerably easier than... oh, I can't test with the string. Than wrapping a torch with some string and some resin. Making 1 torch is the equivalent of chopping down 12 fully grown mature trees. Who is putting this Homer. You know what? I'm gonna put my stuff here. You can also sort your inventory. Your inventory can also be configured. So, for example, you can turn off the option for auto picking up stuff. If you don't want to pick up every single rock you find, you can turn that off. Or you can do word filters. So you can say, I never want to pick up anything with the word, you know, bort in it. I will never pick up any borts. You can't make me. This makes Xenoblade X a lot more difficult to play, but whatever. Also, the important thing with boxes, like any kind of storage container in your base, you will pull from that for crafting, so you don't have to carry every crafting item on your person. Also, you can pick up containers and move them around, and they will keep whatever's inside of them, thank God. So let's go ahead and put some of the like rocks and such and all these grass tufts. This will be the the Minecraft chest that everybody starts with that just contains all the random shit you pick up. Hang on, the bandages, I want those. Actually, let's hang on to the walls and the grass. We need those eventually. We're gonna turn those into flooring. Oh yeah, so this mushroom is poisonous, which we can see because we have the trait. You can also customize the UI as you want. So for example, let's say you just really don't like seeing the info bar. You can turn off the info bar at the bottom of the screen. These are your stats. I would recommend keeping it on. It's pretty useful. I was gonna say, am I still overweight? No, I'm just tired. What else can we do here? I guess we can make some more walls. 10 more walls, and then make a bunch of floors. Floors is just the tufts. Alright, let's make our first basic-ass house. Oops. Do a simple little square here. So, if you hold down the right click, your character will move around, but the camera gets locked in place. Oh, we got a delivery. Then we'll place down some walls. Again, you can do the same thing where if you just hold down the button, it'll do it. I think we're gonna need some more walls. The basic-ass nerd cube. Actually, we could probably just do a door. Oh no, I'm missing this last tile here. I gotta make one more wall. Please don't laugh at my house. Oh, I have to place a door into a wall. Okay. Right, I forgot about that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it here, so it's not blocked off. I still need one more wall for the corner there, because it's just kind of missing a chunk. If I have enough resources for it. I love when you climb on top of stuff in this game to craft. There we go. This is technically a house now. So at this point, we could tell our companion here, we could tell her, you know, stay here, work at the base. It'll automatically, like, do walls and stuff for you. You don't have to worry about verticality. Then we get some stuff for the house as well. Get some recipes for wall torches and such. So we can put this plate on the wall. Oop. Alright, I gotta right click it. There we go. And then the room plate is for modifying the settings of the house itself. So for example, you can make it so nobody can come in here except for you. You can change the name of the room. It's now sad zone. Make it so it all shows windows. Turn on the atrium, you can change the height. So if you only want to have a tiny little house, you can do that. And there's also grouping as well. I think if you want to have multiple houses affected by the same changes, you can do that. I believe there's actually like a recycling bin that people can drop stuff off at eventually. Because as you have people at your base, they will produce garbage. Put these grass floors in the box for now. I should probably take a rest. Go down to 27 HP. Ah, I learned how to make a bar stool in my dream. Now this is non-burnable garbage, so... Hey, this place doesn't look too bad. You can also recruit, like, random NPCs for your base. It does cost gold bars, though, so... Fallen Soldier can do gardening, his hobby is drug. And the beggar can do farming, and his hobby is drinking, but I don't have enough gold bars for that. There's also a... like a quote-unquote player ranking, although this is just for fun. It's just like a fame ranking, basically, so... You can eventually run into these people wandering the world if you're lucky, and if you have enough stuff, you can actually trade with them for their gear. Good, there's no other guns in the world. It also shows you where they currently are, so if you want to try and meet with them, you can go, okay, this guy's in Noyle, let's go there. Tax liability. I hate to tell you, but you will have to pay taxes. You have learned about your tax obligations. Early on, it's very forgiving. You don't have to pay very much taxes, but eventually you will have to start paying more and more as you develop your stuff. Or you can work on your policies. So Portland currently has 6 residents maximum. Minus 32 fertility because I believe there's still a ton of weeds and stuff on it. Civility, 10, lowest. Our home ranking is level 131, which means we make $0 per month. So you can affect policies. Right now we have 5 administration points. So for example, we can just say this is not a taxable area yet. But eventually, like, if you make enough areas, eventually you'll have to start paying taxes. Or you can tax your residents. But it does cost 6 admin points. Let's do that. Let's turn on the strict anti-littering law. Let's get people to stop throwing shit. And then growth boost can be good, but also it does make the danger level go up the higher the Hearthstone level is. So you are improving your stats, but then you're also potentially opening yourself up to more dangerous enemy attacks. Portland is pretty low. Do weed pulling and anti-littering for now. None of this stuff was really in the first game. Ilona didn't have, like, a ton of base management. Collect a bone. Goat. Formidable goat. Stones we're going to want for later. Got all these grasses and stuff. These mushrooms. Probably pick up some more berries, actually. Pick up this bottle in the fish. There are these random crates on the property, too. It is very funny how much easier it is to chop down trees as opposed to make a single torch. Nope. There's the earthquake. Whenever you hear that whir, that's the world resetting itself. So now if we go to that tile we were at earlier, it's not going to have the stuff we dropped there anymore. It's fully been reset. Actually, there should be an auto dump button. Where is that? How does one automatically dump? There we go. Auto dump. You finished dumping. Put down our training dummy here too, because that's 3.7 stone, and I don't think I have weightlifting, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we do not have weightlifting, so our current inventory cap is what? How do I see my current weight cap? That's right, I forgot you just get innate levitation. Sword, also known as gun. Also, if you don't worship a god, you'll just have a faith in Ith of Void. I don't know if there are any bonuses for that. There's also options for, like, auto... So if you set... There's an auto combat option, you can kind of say how you want to fight. So if you want to attack from range mostly, you can pick Archer. If you want to get in there and fight, pick Tank, etc., etc. Mage, if you just want to cast magic. Make it so you automatically pick up whatever you fish if you catch something. Place your faith in the void, but enough about Void Stranger. How do I see my... Oh, here it is. Okay, I have a capacity of 51 stone. This is Karma, this is your silver coins, or your platinum, gold bars, and then your actual money, your orens. Alright, Dog. A puppy, fair. Humans once called Elia their mother. They sure did. Clear all this crap out. Enemies can wander onto your base, although early on it's very unlikely, and if they do, they're going to be really weak. If I remember correctly, what I did was... Eventually you get to the point where you're going to be managing multiple bases, so it can be good to kind of focus on... You know, think, okay, early on I want to focus on getting production, so I might focus mostly on farming. And then later on you might be like, okay, this one I want to mostly be for commerce, so I might set up a bunch of different stores here. And focus exclusively on that. What else can I make here? What else do you have? Can't afford these outside the biggie banks. What else can we make here? We could make a fishing rod, but we don't have any fishing skills, so that'd be kind of pointless. Let's make a sawmill. Let's get our preparation wall going here. So now we can convert our... Oh, here we go. I was going to say, I know you can do it from your storage. Yeah, it shows a little window above the sawmill. We can make a bunch of oak planks. How is this increasing the weight? I just looked at my weight. It's going up as I saw them into planks. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, this is going to kill me if I don't fix this, so I'm just going to point that the right way. Oak planks in the banks. Dump. Can I... Is there a shortcut for auto dump? I swear there was like a button combo I could do. I love that this has HDR and God rays. Don't visit adult maps. Oh yeah, that's right, they have the online stuff. So, this game kind of has online functionality in that you can make like custom bases that other people can visit. Oh no, I fucking love this game for the number of different sentences you invent. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I could set a hotkey for auto dump so I don't have to go to my inventory and click over there. Actually, what are my side buttons? That's inventory. That's my character sheet. I'll probably change that because I feel like I'm not going to have to pop up my character sheet constantly. That could be my auto dump shortcut. Oh, can I not set mouse buttons to auto dump, or does it have to be from here? Oh, there's a hold toggle as well. That's quests. That's abilities. Okay. Probably make that auto dump. Oh, can you not auto dump on the mouse buttons? I want to auto dump. Let me auto dump. I'll just make it a keyboard button then. What buttons are not being used here? C use for anything? C does not appear to do anything. C is auto dump. I've declared. Dump. Alright. I finished dumping 30 times. Sometimes you'll get seeds for stuff as well, so like you can plant more. It's not like this is your one chance at getting oak trees and then that's it. Plant a few more. This I'm just going to toss out later. Is there an auto sort? Yeah, here we go. Always sort. Alright, let's do some combat training. Now, they don't do anything quite as, you know, fucked up as making you eat a dead person, but they do tie up a punk. Bullshit. Stupid enemies are punks. Like, punks are not scary. So he gives you some rocks. Oh, there's like confusion potions here too. Probably should not have talked to him on the thing here. Oh, I didn't mean to drink the potion of blindness. I'm a fool. So you can drink, like any kind of brewed potion you can drink as well. Not a good idea, but you can do it. Ah. So for example, I could throw the potion of confusion or blindness at the boar. And now the boar is blind. I could also zap with Ice Arrow. Thanks! Like the duck just wandering around examining the viscera. Most physical enemies we can probably dodge pretty easily right now, but eventually we're going to fight magic enemies, and if they do manage to hit, that can be scary. I want you to look for a puppy. Alright, let's meet Loiter. Sorry, Loitel. Loiter is a different character. I was promised a vibrant land of perfection. Instead, I have people beating up boars tied to hanging posts. That's me, that's the gold mine. I like fine wine and efficient development plans and diesel jeans. So you can tell him to join you, but you can also tell... Actually, I think he does live here. You don't know what they do? Okay, I better not tell you. Because he also sells stuff that you can buy. Block recipes, flooring workshop, wall workshop, sturdy box, whistle of peace, delivery box. Oh, delivery box is nice, actually. This game has kind of like a Harvest Moon style. You can just drop stuff off in your shipping box and get money for it. Good if you want to just get rid of stuff, sell garbage to whoever wants to buy it. Big shipping chest, roster ledger, tax policy. I need some more gold bars. I don't know if you skip the tutorials if you still get all the gold bars and such for free. You don't need to do the tutorial for gold bars, you can get them elsewhere, but they're nice to have. Remember, Palulu wood. I want a Palulu wood shipping box. Oh wait, no, not the sawmill. Okay, no, you do get the recipe for free. Just remember, he's not joking about using Palulu wood. If you make it out of regular wood, it does not clear the quest. Fucking trash bag just sitting out. You know what? I'm gonna sell it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not kidding when you can sell literally anything. A nicely colored, calming shipping box. You get some lore delivered. I never actually read that, but it is there. Throw it. Fuck this. So at this point now, if you want to get rid of some of the random junk you picked up off the ground, it's really easy. Just throw it in the shipping chest. You won't get very much money at all, but it's a nice way to just have to get rid of it without having to go out into the wilderness, you know? Especially if you're a character like me who is not very good at physical fights. I definitely want to pick up some casting eventually. Like, any character can be good, but specifically fairy, like, you're limited by having only 1 stone weight capacity. I'm exhausted. Oh, I am. I'm going to negatives now. Nap time. Up to 28 now. So you don't get any money for the garbage, but they will still take it for you. And then empty bottle. Oh, that was 12 orange. Damn. As you sell more stuff, you get gold bars for doing it as well. So it is a good idea to try and sell stuff. And then your Hearthstone also affects how much money you get for stuff. So we're only level 1. We get a 0.5% bonus, which is very little. I learned how to make chair. I probably do want to do the puppy quest, but going into the cave's a little scary right now. I'm gonna eat some food. Can I eat a mushroom? Oh no, these have poison. I don't want to get poisoned. Getting poisoned is kind of a death sentence because I only have 7 HP. I'm pretty sure I can cook it into a non-poisonous food, but just clear out more stuff here. Cheap. You can also harvest crimberries, which I don't know if these... I don't remember if these make you go a little... Oh yeah, you can just eat these. I think the first game, the crimberries would cause you to kind of get drunk, because it's what alcohol is made of in that game. Here, I think you can still brew it, but it is not nearly as detrimental to eat it. You can just kind of munch it. Not very satisfying, though. Let's sell off these mushrooms for now. Oh, wait, what? Huh. When did I get that? Hold up. Combat log. That's right, I killed it. Did I get it when I killed the putit earlier? Oh yeah, here we go. You pick up putit and amber. How about that? We got a throwing weapon. Where does this live? Oh, here we go. That's pretty fucking good. Fireproof, acid-proof. Deals extra cold and lightning damage. Okay, that might have to be our main method of fighting for now, because I do not want to get into melee range with anything. Do I even have throwing right now? I don't think I found that when I was playing. I'm pretty sure I don't have throwing as a skill. Oh no, I do have some throwing. Need dexterity for that, but that can be trained. Just gotta be very careful whipping it out, because you can throw it at your friends, and that's not good. Let's go ahead and... Enemy spotted. Who dares? Duck is not enemy. Who is enemy? No, I'm not fighting her. Dog is not enemy. Goat is not enemy? Huh. Oh, that's enemy. Gangster. Oh god, the paralysis too? That's pretty nice. What's the damage on this? 2d3 plus 3. That's pretty good compared to... What do I start with? I don't even think I start with a weapon, right? I was a farmer. Yeah, no, we don't have any weapons. How much does this weigh? Oh, it's 1 point... Oh no, this is... Because it's not considered equipable gear, I can still use heavier weapons, I think. I think that might actually be a buff from the first game then, because I think in the first game, fairies had to equip stuff as well, like including their weapon slots, so... Oh no, the garbage is still there. Maybe it doesn't re-roll these for a bit. Hermit crab was struck by lightning and died. Nice thing is, since this is fireproof and acid-proof, it means that it cannot be degraded. Some enemies have, like, acid attacks or fire attacks that ruin your gear. Might actually change her AI to make her a little more aggro. I came for Noodle Mania. New sentence just dropped. Shut up. That just changes their speech. Or can I not change their AI from here? Maybe you gotta do something else. Hermit crabs are a little scary because they can cause bleeding. Like, they're very non-threatening in general, but to fairies, especially with 7 HP, bleed is really bad. Woo! Get away from me, gnome. A gnome is struck with terror. Did my hair change? I swear I picked a different hairstyle before. Or maybe I didn't select it correctly, I didn't confirm it. Pasture is good if you plan on raising cattle and such. It's animal feed. Grab a few of these. A gnome. Woo! Oh, I saw you teleport over there. Nice try. I really shouldn't be standing right beside enemies, but I think we'll be okay for now. Also boost your gathering skill, and there's a lot of pastures, so it's really easy to quickly boost this up. What is this? Oh, this is my, yeah, I think that's the progress in the next feat. Also doesn't weigh very much, so it's pretty easy to just gather a whole bunch of. Raising livestock can be really profitable later on. It's a little slow to start. Himkin. Kill. Oh my god. When you get the ice and the lightning proc, it's so much damage. Chomp. Clownfish. What are you doing out of water? Interesting. Hey, I have a shirt. Craft a hoe and a shovel on my own. I think I do that from the carpenter's table? Yeah, here we go. So you can start by making some basic gear for yourself. Like, I can make some grass shoes, although they won't, like, they're not going to provide very much protection at all. I could wear a bucket on my head for a little bit of extra defense, which I might actually do. Like, you can start seeing now, the birch logs have soothing and concerning, so they get slightly better sell prices, and it gives a little bit more... For some reason, wearing a bucket to sleep is better when you use a bed. Whereas the cedar logs, they just do nothing else special for it. And palulu logs are even more valuable, but they do not provide anything else. I'll just make a bucket helmet, why not? All I got. So your equipment lives over here. Not gonna make a boomerang because we already have a really nice throwing weapon. Can I make any good shoes? I could use straw to get me a little bit of extra cold resistance, but at the cost of making myself even more fire vulnerable. So we're not going to make that out of straw, I think. It's good to experiment and see like what different things, materials add to your gear. Oh yeah, here's the waste boxes as well. Could also make a weapon, but I think I'm just gonna use... I think we just use the bucket for now. Where's the shovel and the hoe at? I think it's a tinker? Yeah, tinker's table gives me tools. So I need to make a table, I need to make a chair, and I need bones for reasons. I think any chair will count for it. It doesn't specifically have to be just a chair and nothing else. And then a desk counts as a table. Yeah, I think as long as it's categorized as a thing, that works for it. Not sure if I'll be able to craft this though. We'll see. Tinker table, 7 stamina. You know what? Let's sleep just to make sure. Get out of my bed. Ugh. Yeah, I'm using that bed. It's mine. Rude. Sell off my mushies. I've learned how to make bottle of milk. It can be crafted at an espresso machine. If I remember correctly, when I first played the game, I think the alchemy stuff wasn't really implemented. Like now it's a little further in. Okay, then we gotta go to the workbench, make a tinker table. Then this should also let us make the other tools, I think. Yeah, there we go. There's like the pickaxe and the hammer and all that stuff. So this is where the hardness of your gear is really important. Like these are both 18 hardness, but you can get better rocks that have higher hardness. And if you make your pickaxe out of that, it's better for digging walls. Dual wield a crowbar, offhand a crowbar for countering. Bottomless pot. It's also possible to craft stuff that is way beyond your current level, but it'll be tarnished. So for example, this one is going to have the maximum penalty to item quality, which means it's not going to be as good. Mixer. What do these need? These need nails, sticks, rubbers are optional. We gotta get us some sticks. I don't know that I could really survive dungeons super well right now. I'm gonna make some sticks. Let's saw down all these branches. So he wants a shovel. And a hoe, just need nails. We'll make some nails out of bone. Generally, I like to keep my inventory on the screen. Just because you're oftentimes going to be managing it anyway, so... Alright, where's Loytel at? Is he still sleeping in there? Hey, 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 hey. You can displace people while they're asleep, it doesn't wake them up. Unfortunately, if you bonk people to wake them up, by default you lose karma for that. Oh my god, wake up, dude. You know what, I'm down to 3 stamina anyways, I'll just sleep anyways. Okay, are you still sleeping? Bro. Do I have to throw my putit and amber at you? I don't remember. I think this gallows is too heavy. Yeah, this gallows weighs 50 stone, so I think trying to carry it would actually kill me. I'm always gun-shy to perform at people to wake them up because I played Alona when there were still the railgun rocks. If you dared to perform in a town and somebody didn't like it, they would just fucking annihilate you. You would be atomized. Okay, he's awake now. It's not that I was trying to kick him out of the bed, it's that I was trying to wake him up. Alright, so this is where all the stuff with all the weeds and stuff on the land is important. Because we can go ahead and, you know, shovel and till all the land and stuff. You can also go to dungeons and, like, rip the floor off if you want to. I just wasn't expecting him to sleep for the entire fucking day. Oh, is there a gentle poke now? In the first game, it was just you had to poke them, otherwise you could blow a whistle, which wouldn't incur a penalty. If someone was sleeping. Did I pick up those seeds? I don't think I picked up those seeds. Need to get some more berries. I'm getting hungry. Eat straight crimberries. Oh no, they're still here. You just threw them on the floor. Let's go ahead and plant some tomatoes, I think. Yeah, sure, I'll plant some... where are... mushroom seeds? I might actually clear some more space over here, too. So at this point, I probably want to start removing everything else on the ground that is not going to be used for, like, farming and whatever, because they consume the fertility of the land by existing, so... if you don't want flowers, for example... I need 6, clear this out. I believe that farming generally trains, like, defensive stats, so it's actually kind of nice as a starting class. Because you'll build up, like, a lot of the endurance, you'll build up your stamina. Harvesting materials as well can do that for you. Just plant a bunch of pastures here. And then birch trees, I don't think they have to be in, like, tilled land, but you can. The fuck is that? Flying frog, it's angry. It's aggro. Kill. Perish. Give me your offal. Where does the llama even come from? It really whips the llama's ass. Okay, we're starting to get random quests now, so when you have people in your base, they will also get random quests, like they'll get random requests for you. So for example, he wants 8 ingots. So if you give him 8 ingots, he gives you treats. Oh. Rotten grotesque offal. So you can eat this. It's not a good idea to eat rotten food unless you have the feat that lets you eat rotten food. Oh, there's a berry seed. A seed of weed. It's gonna sell off, like, random sticks and stuff. How much do pastures sell for, actually? I might try and sell some of those, because those are relatively easy to pick up. We don't have any livestock at the moment. Let's start clearing out more of the base here, too. Oh, feed point! Let's see what feats we got. +4 life. So this +4 life thing is specifically +4 to your life modifier and not you get 4 HP. Because 4 HP is very little in the grand scheme of things, but +4 to your life modifier is a little more. Let's see. Got protection value could be kind of nice. Gourmet 2 might also be good. Because Gourmet 2 lets you start seasoning your food, so you can add additional ingredients to it to make it even more nutritious. Dream Waker could also be nice, give me magic when I sleep, because it makes it so you always get a magic dream, you get some stocks. Evasion, martial arts, believer. Dexterity. These are all just like boosting your base stats and their potential. Charisma, luck, more speed. I remember fish wine was like a really easy way, yeah. Problem is I don't have any fishing stat right now, so that would take a little while to get going. I want to say they did nerf Bonito Flakes a little bit. Problem is we're not going to get a ton of seasoning right out of the gate. Party Animal can also be nice if you're not planning, like, fairies have decent charisma, so I probably don't necessarily need it. Because your charisma stat affects, like, prices in the shops and all that, but also affects how many allies you can keep, so if you get a lot of charisma, you can carry a lot of allies around with you. Yeah, because right now my current life modifier is 35, so getting 4 extra life, that's like an extra 10% almost. What other skills have I got? Carpentry, crafting, cooking. Our throwing stats going up, although our potential is really low right now. So the potential is the modifier for how quickly that stat levels up. So for example, I believe it's the fire, like the fire beside the icon, that shows how high the potential is. So this one is 140, so it'll level up faster compared to Faith, which is only 120, and then Meditation, which is just base. It is going to level up as slow as it possibly can. How tall is it? Well, Fairy, I don't know about Fairy Penis, but a farmer is 45 centimeters. Let me actually see, what is the, -8 fertility, we've got to take some more stuff out. Like, I want to keep the berries, I'm going to clean out some of these weeds. We have the anti-weed policy, right? Yeah, weed pulling campaign. It doesn't make weeds stop growing entirely, but it makes them much less common. Crab. Kill crab. And take out these withered bushes, too. A seed of berry. I love the wet status effect. See, that should probably put us into the positive now. At fertility 8. We can definitely get it higher, though, because more fertility means it grows better, so I might start trimming out some of these berry bushes. Well, first let's start with the flowers and weeds and all that. These are going to be the least useful. What? Oh, I'm actually out of stamina. Drop some crap in the shipping crate. Alright, we're already auto-sorting. Anything new is highlighted with that, like, gray. I'll just sell the herbs, sell these pebbles too. We got a much better throwing weapon. Much, much better. I think Loytel is considered living here now. I think he does live on your first property. We learn how to make carton of milk. There's nothing to report. Good. Let's see. Yeah, so now that our home is leveling up a bit, we're getting more admin points. Your home skills also have, like, potentials, and they level up separately, like, as they just exist. So, for example, since we've been running the tax-free policy for a bit, that means that its level is going to go up. And generally, it just makes that specific skill more effective. So, for example, the better the weed pulling campaign skill is, the less likely it's going to be that weeds grow. But you don't have to actively train them. You can spend gold bars to increase the potency, or the potential if you want to, but it is not strictly required. Let's look at the shipping report. Is it home? Oh, here we go, resident board. Gun, sword. So everybody has, like, specialties and jobs they can do. And you want to have beds for anybody living. This guy's living in Sad Zone, for example. He needs... Okay, so he just has the work skill, like, permanently active. It doesn't actually change anything, but he does need a farm sign. So without that, he can't actually do any gardening. So I need to see... I think it's a signboard workshop, but my crafting level's not super high. What else do we need to make here? There's still a sculpting table. Shipping chest, we already got one of those. I could make a millstone. I need a few more granite rocks, though. I don't believe you can mix and match, so like if you have 2 granite rocks and 1, I don't know, obsidian rock, it has to specifically all be granite. Gathering level 6. Being wet is actually potentially useful because there's the swimming skill, which I believe once you level it up enough, it actually increases your speed when you're wet. So it can be really good when it starts raining. Like, ah, I'm fast now. Alright, I wanted to make the... This one. I wanted to make the millstone. Thankfully, this game is a lot nicer about starting out compared to Ilona, where a lot of times when you try to do anything in Ilona, you'll just fail miserably. Until, like, you get any amount of, like, stats in that skill. So we can grind these herbs into powder. What did junk stone turn into? Oh, I might need more junk. Yeah, this game does not make you eat a human corpse to start. The tutorial for Ilona, they teach you, like, oh yeah, there's some meat over there, go eat it, and then It turns out it's the corpse of a beggar. And if you read the lore, you find out that the people who took over that cave killed the beggar that was living there and then force-fed him to you, basically forced you to eat it, to kind of clear themselves from the crime they did, so... Yeah, you know what, I'm just going to start clearing out as much as I can, because otherwise it's going to take a while for stuff to grow. The difficulty of gathering stuff, I believe, affects how long it takes for it to gather, and then also affects how much stamina it consumes. So, like, if it says it's difficult, you can still do it, but it'll just cost a lot more stamina. Putit. Willing to make a pickaxe clear out some of these rocks, though. The rocks they're at least not consuming any of the fertility on the land. Yeah, exactly. You gotta have a little bit of cannibalism. Actually, there is a trait where if you eat enough corpses, you start getting charmed by human meat. So you don't get the usual penalties for doing that if you really want to. The problem is that you also have to potentially continue eating human corpses, which means that every time you do it and fail, you are going absolute nutso for a while. Because eating human corpses is not good for your psyche in general. What else we got here? Probably make a few more beds. What if we put our makeshift straw beds together? Ha 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 ha, just kidding. Unless... Yeah, exactly. You might get acid resistance for eating them, so you gotta try it, right? Also, I should point out that the Hearthstone also lets you recall if there's an NPC. Because originally it was just bartenders that would do this, but now you can just kind of recall them from the Hearthstone. Without eating fairy corpses. I want to say as long as you or yourself are not a fairy, you're good. I don't think that counts as going sicko mode. I want to say they train magic, too. I haven't played originally alone in a little bit. Do they still count as human? Thought it was separate. What do I need for a pickaxe? I need stones, I need sticks, and I need strings. All the S's. Welcome backy! Did I was gonna say, let me get these branches, I need some sticks. Oh no, I have some sticks here. Let me auto-dump. The C button for can I auto-dump now, please? Eating clowns will make you... I mean, insane clown posse, come on. That just makes sense. Let's go ahead and grab another rest here. Because I need to recover my stamina. 190 orns! Yeah, I don't think it's any of the playable races, because you can absolutely eat snails. Golems, I think, really fucks you up if you eat those. Not because you go crazy, but because they ruin your digestive system. You are effectively eating rocks. I'm gonna go to some wilderness tiles and see if I can find some goodies. I need some rocks. Put it! Turn that off so I can see what I'm doing. A bamboo. Now, public performers, they're not human. They don't have rights. You can kill them on sight. No one cares. They have guns. It's okay. It is expected. They chose the life of performing. They know what can happen if they fuck up. Wet. Puppy. want to train some of our combat skills a little bit too. Bones are good too, because those are nails. In the first game, they had a chance to drop the Stradivarius, which was an artifact instrument. I don't remember if they do the same in this game. Chimkin. Problem is, right now I have 0, like, I'm base level potential in my throwing skill, so it's going to level up pretty slowly. Chimkin meat. Something I can actually cook that isn't weed stew. Do this, get some gathering training too. I'm not going to eat chicken tartare, unfortunately. I don't think it's actually bad. I think you can pretty safely eat a lot of corpses without cooking them. It's just they provide very little nutrition. It is pretty much always better to cook if you can. Actually, speaking of... She finally ate those blueberries I gave her like an hour ago? Jeez. I'm gonna move this bonfire, this maniac bonfire. I do have some cooking skill. Oh yeah, we can roast fruit as well. Not for gore. It's definitely good to train our cooking because we have... I think we do start with cooking. Yeah, we start with a bit of cooking. Because it boosts potency and all that stuff, so it's good to have. Chicken meat. This trains my strength and endurance. You definitely want endurance. You've eaten sufficiently. Also will help the berries from rotting. Twilight stone. Wet, 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 wet. I'm trying to be more careful not to just walk directly into random tiles and just hold down the run button, because, oh boy, that can end badly for you. Bird's nest. Oh. Ooh, dodo egg. I think in this game, eggs do rot. I think the first game, eggs were effectively infinite. Like, they would never rot, so eggs were a really, really sustainable way to feed yourself. Oh, there's a rock there. Limestone. Oh, there's a rat there. Bird nest. Pick up some eggs. Chimkin. Definitely want to. I think corpses, like actual meat, generally gives you the best stuff until you can start growing your own crops. Because like you'll find random blueberries and stuff, but they're not gonna have any real nutrition. Like they're completely base level stuff. Or once you start farming, you can improve them with your own skills and fertilizer and stuff. Make them much better. An oak tree carved. Rest here for as long as you like. Sometimes they're carved. I think some of those are Kickstarter backer. Like they can have engravings and stuff. If you pay enough money, they gave you like a little thing in the world. We're up to 33 stamina now. It's going up. Boil some egg. So this is... Since I have the gourmet feat, does that give me 4 endurance potency? Is that how that works? Oh no, I think that just means it's added on from the skill, but it does not give me a second instance of somewhat dense. Here. Egg of sheep. It's yours. It's yours, my friend. Let's go take a little nappy nap. The fucking earthquake's just happening and nobody commenting on it is great every time. Ah, I've learned... Wait, didn't I already learn how to make a bar stool? Eat that dodo egg. Alright, we don't have to debase ourselves to make weed stew. We're not that hard up for food. Come here! I want to die. I believe what you say here determines you get a bonus goodie. I don't remember what the rewards are, though. I think I remember this being pretty decent, exploring Nefia. Yeah, you get a ring, which I believe gives you some bonus stats. Yeah, if you say, I want to die, you just fucking die. Although I don't have the identification skill. It still gives us the bonus, but I don't recall what it is. I want to look it up, actually. Okay, apparently it is a ring that gives you plus 10 PV, which is fan-fucking-tastic for a fairy. Because my current PV without that is... Yeah, this game has anatomy as well. My PV without the bucket and that ring is 0. So that one ring has effectively quintupled my defense. But yeah, this game has anatomy. I don't think this character starts with it, though. Anatomy increases the chance of enemies leaving corpses, which is excellent, because cooking corpses gives you stuff. And you want to be doing that pretty much all the time. Okay. Alright, I still need to make the lumberjack sign. But I also want to make a pickaxe, because I think we do have mining skill. I keep pressing C. Yeah, we have a little bit of mining, so we can actually train that without needing to go to a trainer. Let's go to the tinker table. The pickaxe wants... Did I really not get any... Yeah, it's literally just stones. I swear I picked up a ton of them, but I guess they're not the right kind. Tree seeds, grass strings... Probably just sell off the pastures for now. No, I don't have any anatomy. I'm like a Barbie doll. I'm pretty sure I saw some of the characters had anatomy. Actually, let me see. The classes? Yeah, anatomy still exists. Increases the chances of getting corpses. I still gotta find a single rock, though. Despite my best efforts, I have not found rock. I know there's different, like the different tiles actually do mean something, though. So if you enter the map on like a forest tile, you'll find more trees and stuff, and then these mountain tiles will have more rocks for you to mine out. The problem is I need a single rock. I need a limestone, or I need a regular stone rock to make a pickaxe. There we go, granite stone. That should be good. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I'm back. What are you angry at? Oh, there's Eek. I think she can see farther than I can. Ooh, Arpels. I'll take some free Arpels. Crispy. I believe almost anything in the game can hatch eggs as well. I think as long as they have like a stat for fertility, they can hatch egg. So you have very funny interactions where you have like rabbits laying eggs, for example. You do want to kill that rabbit because sometimes they drop rabbit tails, which boost your luck. Eventually you can boost your vision range a lot more. Just right now we have like the most bare bones. We have a bucket and a ring and a dream. Yeah, crab, get away. I don't think protection value, I don't think PV works against bleed. Alright. Now I should be able to make a pickaxe. There we go. Oh, if I had one more limestone, I could make a better one. Because again, it's not specifically like you make a limestone pickaxe, it's just you make a pickaxe and the material determines, you know, its stats. So for example, the limestone, the hardness is 30, which means it is better for mining, so I might try and hunt down one more piece of limestone, actually. I dump. No, you're starving, actually. Let's... here. Starts with a staff. Definitely feed your homies because it will boost their stats as well. Okay, pasture is 1-to-1 for selling, so... I believe traveling on the road is much less likely to get attacked randomly. What even are the odds hit with this right now? 82%. We still have not leveled up throwing at all. I'm not too concerned about the putit. Even if it did hit me, I'm pretty sure my evasion is so high right now that it's not going to get through. Or it's my protection is so high right now, it's not going to get through that. Dodo. Slate stone. Is that better? The hardness on slate. Ooh, 38 actually. A second slate stone could be nice. Generally, higher level materials will show up in more dangerous maps. You abandon your shitty McMansion. Flying frog. Now let's see if we can find another limestone or slate. Ooh, appy. An appy nut. These, I believe, never rot, so... they're also a good way to feed yourself on the go if you don't have anything else. Digging is going to be good training because that boosts your strength. Not treasure chest. Are you open? Yeah, I think we can pop this open. Silt? Is silt any good? 24. Right now, slate is our best option, I think, outside of like going deep into the mountains, but then I won't be able to harvest the stones very effectively before I get killed. Level 2 throwing. Okay, twin tails are safe, it's just the gnome will attack. Kitten. So when the twin tails show up, usually that means there is an altar around. Yeah, the mountain stuff is like, usually it shows up in the walls. Oh, interesting, Altar Void, we can claim it. Well, we don't have... Are there any benefits for worshipping the Void? Where is it? Because unless you have a really good reason, you probably want to worship one of the gods, because I don't think the Void has any god pets or anything like that. Shame I can't pop this open, though. If I really wanted to, I could pick it up and bring it back to my base, because I do have the capacity for it. Can I not place this? There we go. That'll be a treat for later. Yeah, you can also break items down and get materials from them, disassembly. But yeah, generally you want to be worshipping a god. Stone, onyx gem ores. Gems are not used for crafting those. Ooh. Stone rubble. I can make a casino chair. 2 platinum. Nothing wrong with that. They added a couple of new gods for Ellen. One of the new gods, I think, if you worship her, it enables, like, mommy roleplay. You can play Goo Goo Babies. I don't remember if snail corpses are good to eat at all. Huh. Give you some strength. Ooh, replenish shrine. I think it just refills your stats, but still. Fuck you! You suck! Give me Stradivarius. You can also hold down the attack button, just continue attacking, but I wouldn't recommend doing this unless it is like an absolute joke of an enemy. Dangerous Ruin. What was that? Okay, it's a friendly priest. What have you got? Not really great. I need healing. But you do have to pay for it, so... This is just a random wandering NPC, it's not like a plot character. Oh, thank you. Thank you for a free buff. Basalt. Oh, 52! I keep finding slightly better things. Oh, I should have cooked the food when I went back to my base earlier. Oh well. Limestone, it's out of the... Unfortunately, anything that generates outside of the boundary cannot be claimed. If it's your base, it's doable because you can expand your boundaries, but just random tiles, you can't touch those, I'm pretty sure. Also, floating eyes, if you ever played NetHack, don't try to fight them in melee combat. They will paralyze the shit out of you. Range combat's fine, just don't walk up to them and do that. Isn't this like a free skill or something? Ow. So that's what happens when you get hit as a fairy, by the way. Oh no, you get a book. That was a rat. That was just a rat biting me. You have good evasion, but God forbid. What was Phyllite again? Assaults. It should be sorting automatically. Why is Phyllite stone not showing up there? Oh, it turned into a junk stone, that's why. The junk is made out of Phyllite, not the actual stone itself, the thing I wanted. Let me go back to my base, I want to cook. Nope, package. Let's cook this meat. Unless it is exactly the same, you can't, like, multi-cook stuff. Surprisingly nutritious rat. Level 6 strength, level 4 strength potency. Potency is just potential for stats, I believe. Here you go, actually, you can have this rat. Eat a rat on the bone. Where's that package? Here you are. Great. Thanks, 1 million. Let's auto dump, and then I'm gonna go sell some stuff. I'm gonna drop it in my shipping box. Actually, can't you can break some of this stuff down. Is it the millstone? No. Anything that you can grind, like it'll flash in your inventory, you don't have to guess. Would make some kibble. $20. Oh, I do want to make the signboard workshop, because that's how I make the farm sign. Then Lloydel can start doing a little bit of gardening. Oh, it's just a little bit too big, though. Make another one. How many tiles is it? 2 tiles out, so... Should be good to place here, I think? No. You can also stack them like there is altitude. Okay, so it should just be covering the first row of this, basically. You can use this for future farming. And that should be good. He should be able to start doing stuff now. Yeah, there we go. So on top of doing the actual job there, he'll also improve the soil quality a bit. And boost the emergency ration skill, which I don't think is great, but it is something. You can also just throw food in the shipping box if you just want to sell food. Sometimes it can be a decent source of income. Sell some sticks. Bang. Yeah, sure, I'll sell the journal. Oh, I could cook this egg. I'm gonna cook this egg. Nice collagen. Nice charisma. Oh, you need to be at a certain level of stamina to sleep. Like, if you're too high, it won't let you sleep. You can't just, you know, do a job and then sleep, do another job and then sleep. It has to consume your stamina. Start clearing out these oak trees, I suppose. Definitely need to get more boxes going, but for now we'll just live out of this one. These rocks in here too. Actually, skins I can sell. Skins are not really super helpful right this second. The biggest things like logs, they take up a lot of weight. So those skins, I still need to identify this hat. Might try making it out to a town. I mean, I would love to find one more piece of, like, basalt or obsidian. Oh, ambushed. Who dares? This putit dares. Oh, right, this is the rebel I found earlier. Regular stones. Chimkin. Did I ever pick my feet point? I haven't actually put this in yet. Like, I don't have to put it in. It's not like you have to spend it as soon as you get it. But... endurance could be good. Dexterity could also be nice. Make it more likely that I'll hit with my my amber-fied putit. Do I have tactics as a skill, actually? I have throwing. I don't think I have tactics, though. No, it does not. Whenever a skill says that it wants, you know, this, or an item that says it uses throwing and tactics skills, it means that you can still use it, it's just going to be much less effective because you're not getting any bonuses from a skill you're missing. So in this case, it's just going off of my throwing and nothing else. And it's still not bad, but we could do a lot better. Twilight. I think these just turn into junk stones. Oh no, that one's a Phyllite. That's only hardness 13, that's not very good. Kitten. Cats in general, people don't like when you kill cats. Especially do not try and eat a cat, it will probably ruin you. Oh no, limestone. Hardness 30, that can be our consolation prize if we don't find any more. The other one, the, not obsidian. Like, I'm so tempted to run out here and try and grab this, but I need to rest. You can also sleep on the world map, but we don't have, like, a sleeping bag, so it's not going to be great. You know, I got, like, 10 stamina back there. I'm gonna try going for it. Slam down that snail before we jump in. Obsidian. Okay, we can't collect those. Those are too much. There's another basalt stone here, though, so that's actually perfect for us. I think that's basically the best we're gonna get until we get an upgrade for our picket. Well, the axe can collect some stones to prevent you from being completely unable, but And that is going to be it. Are you really aggro? Really? Oh geez, that's bad. Help, I can't see. Where's my friend gone off to? I don't think Twin Tails ever aggro you unless you fight them first. Well, she went off to go kill a public performer somewhere. Almost got herself killed doing it, but I respect the hustle. Okay. Let's go ahead and craft our pickaxe. Well, I'm going to put away my putit because I'm going to get killed otherwise. Oh, I think it's because it's divided between two different areas. Quick dump. Oh, of course, I got rid of my sticks. I got rid of sticks and strings, and now I gotta get those. Actually, I can just grab some of these. What is the best hardness I got here? Let me set this to auto sort always too. I believe the hardness from sticks and stuff also applies to it, so like obviously you don't want to use a grass stick if you have that, but like fir or oak are fine. Sawmill. Alright, I can just do it from the boxes. I think in the first version of the game you couldn't do sawmills and stuff from boxes. I think you had to have them, but now it should be fine. And then we need some strings. Can I make string? I think I can just craft them by hand. Oh, not sleight of hand. Oh no, you do need to make a string from the workbench, I guess. That's fine, we got a bunch of them. People saying nice things about this game that you haven't looked at yourself. I mean, I love it, but I also played the hell out of the first game, Ilona. Basically, it is an excellent game if you're into stuff like not ADOM. I want to say Ivan. It's not quite as difficult, but it is like turn-based kind of roguelike style, but it is not strictly a roguelike. And there are a billion different ways you get to interact and work with the world. So for example, I'm making a pickaxe, but I specifically hunted down basalt rocks so that way I can make a better one. And eventually I'm going to be building like an entire little settlement. I can do farms and stuff. They have makeshift beds as a default recipe, but like actual proper beds, no, I don't have that yet. I haven't seen it for sale, the recipe or anything like that. But yeah, I fucking love this game. I love Ilona and I love this game. They've added a bunch since I played last time, so we're starting fresh, but I'm having a good time. What else can I make here? I think we have all the important tables outside of like sculpting table, but that's not super important. Statues, you can make a bit of money from them, but they're a little tricky to work with. And they're very heavy, which is not great for me. The fairy, who weighs like 40 kilograms, if that. Alright, so let's go ahead. 52 hardness. Do those, and grass. I don't know if strings, I don't know if we can do better than grass string right now. Also, yeah, it is like completely and utterly unhinged. Like you can go capture rabbits, have them lay eggs, which is a thing they can do now. Just basically whatever you want. You can go fight a lich in an undead dungeon, and then they'll offer to join you. Then you can, you know, build up enough of a bond that you choose to marry that lich eventually, have children, restart the game as your child. Alright, this should be good. Yeah, rabbit eggs are just a different flavor of dog egg. Which I don't remember if dogs actually lay eggs. Oh, they're right, there's the alchemy tool and the cutting board. Yeah, very granular, very... The world is your oyster. Sickle would also be nice, but my skill is not great yet. Do I have Performer? I don't think I have Performer. Also, yeah, like you can worship gods. They'll give you pets if you worship them enough. My favorite god pet is the one, it's like you get this cat that... It basically just mind freaks the shit out of people and they die of neurofibroma. It's great. Actually, I should just explaining how materials affect stuff. Hardness. Well, actually, you can just level up your mining skills and power through it, but anyway. It is still definitely much better to, you know, actually improve your tools. This over here. Because now we can finally get rid of all these bronze rocks on my base. Or copper rocks, sorry. Or yeah, the goose that literally shits out platinum coins. Wet, wet, wet. God, she's healing really slowly. Oh, I think they do need some food to heal naturally. Here, have some apple. Oh no, they're getting drunk. Also, when NPCs get drunk, they will sometimes offer to prostitute with you, and, you know, if the money's worth it. Or you can do it yourself. There we go. Does she actually heal naturally? Hang on. It's a little hard to tell because I'm like the turns aren't passing super quickly. Whatever. I think she is healing. Okay, what else? Is there anything else that I need to make for tools? Hammer's good for disassembly. I should probably make a hammer, actually. Let's use a limestone. How do we use this again? Oh, I think you just use it on something on the floor. Although it can't, I don't believe it can be like a... Like, it has to specifically be something that is either placed or man-made. So, like, let's disassemble the gallows, for example. So sometimes you just don't get anything, but the alternative is carrying around a 50 stone gallows and crushing myself. Also, yeah, it's lots of fun stuff, like you can brew potions that, you know, cause you to go blind or get drunk, but then you can also throw those potions at enemies to make them blind or drunk or whatever, respectively. It's pretty great. Is tomatoes done? No. It would say harvest, I think, if it's done. Oh, I wanted to disassemble this, actually. Yeah, somehow I got a cedar plank from that package. Disassemble these letters, get some paper. Oh, did I get rid... I think I got rid of that can, unfortunately. There's also like a really robust cooking system where, you know, you can just cook things on fire and get some stats out of them, but eventually as you level up, you can also get stuff like adding condiments, which modifies their stats even more. Pretty great. Alright, I forgot you got fuel fires. I'll throw some of these in here. We got lots. I probably should have thrown the polluted logs. Whatever. I don't care. Fuck Lloydhill. Now that we have a pickaxe, we can finally mine out these blocks. I don't learn how to make a soil block. Some of these god-awful... Oh, I'm dying. I just realized I was doing that to the point of death. I need to go to bed immediately. I didn't look at my stamina. There we go. It is absolutely possible to kill yourself in this game by working too hard. Mining level 2. Oh, can I mine outside the boundaries, actually? Oh, I can. Maybe I could have gotten that other rock from earlier then. I thought you couldn't. Or maybe it is just the home base. Oh no, these are actually on... They're on the boundary, never mind. Yeah, these I can't mine out. Eventually you can expand the boundary of your base, like this is just the starting... But it gets bigger over time. I need food. I need to eat food. I don't actually have a lot of food to eat. Are we really going back to weed stew? These at least give me some charisma and magic potential, so I'll munch on some of those. Oh yeah, I could just cook these blueberries. The auto fuel will just pull whatever is on the base if you need to fill it up. It's a nice feature, so you don't have to constantly come back to the fire and fill it up. There we go. Okay, might want to try... do I want to try the puppy cave? I know I want to try the puppy cave. What other quests do we have here? Because I don't think we can do ingots yet, I'm pretty sure. I think you need a furnace for that, but I don't think we can craft that. I mean, I'm a fairy, I'm made out of paper. But I do have the plus 10 PV ring from exploring the Nephia option. Are these done? Oh, the mushrooms are done. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I should be using the scythe. Oh well. I can't actually get more companions because I only have one slot. Actually, does that let me bring the puppy back then? Don't you need an extra companion slot for the puppy? Hang on, let me start the quest first before I try it. There's also extra lore you can talk to them about if you want to, but... Because I don't actually know if you can bring the puppy back. A stupid stairway. A chunk. So, the puppy cave, I don't remember if it's randomly generated every time you walk in, or if it does have the only gets regenerated whenever the, you know, the diastrophism happens. Oh. I don't know if any heard that thunk. I think a bird hit the window. Hang on, let me go check. Okay, I don't see any dead birds, so I think we're good. So, in the first game, the puppy cave was fully randomly generated every time you went into it. This time, I think they changed it so it only regenerates whenever the, you know, the regen tick happens, if that makes sense. But there's a lot of good stuff in random dungeons that are potentially very good. Ooh, evolved putit. I don't know that we can handle that. I'm gonna try. Oh, maybe we actually go back, because that chunked off half of her health already. I probably shouldn't have aggroed that, because now it's gonna be just angry as soon as I walk in. Wake you up at 5:30 every morning by slamming your bedroom window. Chat, is this Robin stupid? So sugar is an additive that you can put in recipes, but you can also just eat it straight. You can technically train your magic by doing this. It's probably not great for you, but you can. You also get these unidentified books, which are kind of risky to read if you don't know what you're doing. Oh, I should have kept I should have kept that box, actually. I could just make another one, but I'm gonna make a book box, I think. Those will be useful later. Where do boxes live? Is that carpenter's table? Can I just make like a sturdy box? Where do those live? Oh, the icon shows up on the thing itself. Also, one really nice feature that is not super well explained. You can press Control F. If you know for sure there's an item in your base, you just don't know where it lives. You can press Control F and be like, you know, where is my bark, right? So if you click on the item, it'll take you exactly to where it is. So your bark lives in here. Oh, these are rotting. I forgot these rot. I'm gonna throw these in the shipping chest then. I could also make a compost barrel and get some fertilizer, but for now I think I'm just gonna toss these. I'm not fucking around with that. Oh, did I have a boiled egg the whole time? Well. Maybe I don't actually have the recipe for... I swear I made a sturdy box, though. That with... Can I do that with quick craft? No. No, I can make a workbench. Because it's for sure not the millstone. Tinker's tables for tools. Like, the wooden box can store some things, but I don't think it's as good. Practice chest, I believe, doesn't actually store anything. It's just for training lockpicking. And sawmill is just for breaking things down. Can you really not make a sturdy box? Huh. I guess you get one for free. In that case, I will just make a wooden box. I'll make 2 of them. Maybe 1 for books, 1 for ingredients. Nope. Eventually we can get like bookshelves and stuff, but for now we just gotta do super basic. Oh. Oh, I threw putit in amber. If you hold down middle click, it'll like activate the grab settings. I might actually do... There's also advanced setups if you want to do specifically, I want books, but I don't want, like, scrolls. Like, you can say, I just want spell books, I want nothing else. And then if you set up the auto dump settings, it'll only match it with the distribution stuff, so... In theory, if I press C right now, it should deposit. Actually, I could set up the ancient books here, too. We'll set up for ancient books as well. And now when I auto dump, it should just plop them in there. Yep, there we go. So there's a lot of customization you get to do as well for your item storage. Oh yeah, I forgot I have a purse as well. Probably put the platinum in there. Can I put gold bars in there too? Yeah. I think technically you can use the purse for anything. Like, it is effectively just a 4-tile backpack. Like, it's not specifically coded for currency, but I might just do it for that. Only currency. Don't put rotten items. You can also set it so anything in a box cannot be used for auto dumping. But you can also see in the corner there how much stuff you have, so you don't necessarily need to have the purse open. I actually need to consume a little bit of stamina because I want to go out. I want to go out again with like a full setup. There we go. Tired. This man is always sleeping standing up. He's like he's a horse. He's a cow. Also gotta remember we have the nuts as well in case I need to get some emergency food. Is that evolved monster still there? Oh, that's not the puppy cave. Okay, I think it did re-roll to something else. Rods are random spells when you use them, but until you identify them, you don't know what spell's gonna come out. Ooh, that's actually not a bad light cloak. 4 level fire resistance, actually, that's pretty solid. Oh, it's too heavy, right, I'm a fairy, right. 1.3 stone. That's for you, I guess. Do you not have a cloak slot? Why do you not have a... That's unfortunate. That would have been a pretty solid piece of gear, actually. So dungeons are, you know, you get the fog of war stuff, but you can also just dig through walls if you want to. So if you decide, oh, you know, you see through a crack in the wall, oh, there's the exit, you can just dig through to get to it. Which is pretty fun. Oops, sorry. Almost hit her. That could have been bad. I think your allies will give you like a couple of free hits before they actually get pissed off and start trying to kill you. Ooh, a bottle of chili. Oh, my shipping report is in. I guess the day wrapped over while we were in here. Ugh. Crabs take so long to kill. A failure. Iron bolt. Can I disassemble that, actually? Oh, I can't do that one. How much does that weigh? 108 stone, 56 hardness. Chunks? I don't remember if you can disassemble chunks for stuff. Okay, no, it's just a chunk of soil. Oh, right, because I've been digging up the floors and stuff, that's why. Bone hand axe. Yeah, you can also disassemble gear if you don't want it. So, like, we're not going to be using it. Actually, what are you using right now? Right now you have a wooden long staff. 2d3. It's a 2d8. Also has some AoE. Might try. Do you have axe proficiency at all? I think there is a way to look at the proper stats sheet. I just don't remember if she starts with hand axe skill or not. Yeah, she equipped it, so might be better for her. Collect a bone. I love how calming the dungeon music is. Oh jeez, I'm burdened. So when you are over half of your... Oh no, we're actually over our capacity. You move slower, so my speed is now down to 162. But this also passively trains your weightlifting, so this can actually be a really good way to train. Like just passively all the time if you're willing to just be overweight. How much is that scale? 1.3. That's not that heavy. It's worth hanging on to. Because there are ways to reduce the weight of items, I think, so it's probably worth still doing that. Bones are 2.1. Oh, that's the copper ores. Right, I should probably go dump those off, actually. Let me disassemble the sword. Never mind, I can't do it. Also, different tools, like for whatever reason, using your woodcutter axe is better to collect from wrecks than a pickaxe or whatever is, so... lapis lazuli gems. Gives level 3 air. You can also pick vines and stuff off the walls. Sometimes there'll be items inside of the walls as well. And destroying something will sometimes give you the recipe, so now we can just craft a vine if we want to. But I want to go drop off all these copper ores before I forget about them. Because they are quite heavy. Auto dump. Strange tome. Whenever you see the question mark or like just a generic term, it means that it has not yet been identified, so be careful. Scrolls are also random spells. Goes off your literacy skill, so it could be easier to cast them sometimes, but then also you need to know what it is. And also have enough literacy. Nightmare. You tank for a moment, actually. It can be beneficial to take damage because it boosts your regeneration skills by doing so. Because, like, you're constantly regenerating health, and I think... I don't know if every character starts with it. But you just have a passive regeneration skill that you're always healing. I definitely would I definitely need weightlifting. That is tremendously important for fairies, especially. Can also collect cobweb. You collect a cobweb, or collect a silk fiber, I guess. It's definitely worth just like picking stuff up. Because, like, you can absolutely still get away with finding random stuff and probably doing well, but, like, if you want to gather items and things, you really want to have good tools. And especially if you're crafting stuff for your base. Back to practice. Do I have any food? I have a couple of appy nuts, and I could just eat some straight chili if need be. That's probably not a great plan, but oh, I took some damage. Where's my bandage? A little bit of regen. Thankfully, that amount of regeneration is effectively a full heal. To be. Can I use these on friends? I don't remember if I'm allowed to use bandages on friends or not. I can gift them to her. I don't think she can use them, though. Gotta get those lightning procs. We might lose her. No, we're good. We're good. I killed 2B, I did it. Nier Automata is saved. New ending. I should probably go. I really need to make some gear is the thing. Or get some gear. Because running around with 7 HP and a bucket and a dream, it's probably not a great plan. Where's the closest town from here? I think there's one down here to Ulvina. I want to see what the trainers have. So guards will take you to wherever you need to go. If you need like a specific trainer, an NPC to see, you can just bring you directly there. And also there's quests. You are really hurting, huh? Here, have a peanut. Also, these are owned crops, so you cannot harvest them without being a criminal. Take me to your trainers, please. What do you got? Carpentry. Oh, we need 5 coins to learn a new one. That's right. Blacksmithing, alchemy, sculpting, jewelry, and weaving. Once you've learned a skill, you can still spend platinum to improve your potential in that skill. So once you've learned everything, you can still boost the rate at which you level up, but generally you want to focus on getting new skills. Is that a fucking... I just noticed you. What are you... Oh, you have the same portrait. Can't wait for another wet tunic contest. Also, when you talk to NPCs, sometimes they can give you tips on like, oh, there's a thing nearby. So now we know where the lively ruin is. We'll see it on the map. It'll generate a new area for us. Towns are usually pretty safe. Usually. I think this is another random adventurer. Bees. Formidable bees. You're literally selling a mountain of dirt, huh? I don't want to buy rice plants. I came for I love noodles. That's one of the quests. You can also buy furniture and stuff here if you don't want to make it yourself. Although this game is a lot more nice about letting you make your own stuff. No good news. Generator. Eventually there's thing... Oh. Oh, I gained experience. You push a bee away. Get out of here. Could you imagine just scooching a bumblebee over like, oh, excuse me. Agility is nice, but we have 180 already. Like, speed is not our problem. Staying alive is kind of our problem right now. Gourmet might be worth it. Party animal is also nice. Just actually, no, we'll get a lot of charisma just naturally. Stone defense is just +2 base, which is not terrible, but it's not like earth-shattering either. I feel like I might... Let me see how much a +4 life gets me. 1 extra life. It is a lot, trust me. Because remember, this is your base life stat. This is not just +4 HP. So you will eventually start getting more max HP over the course of the game, and for a fairy, getting even more is really good. I'm going to take Gourmet too. Gourmet 3. Compress the nutrition of dishes. Check out the hot springs. Oh, I haven't really explained investing, but you can invest in stores. It costs money, a lot of money, at the start of the game. But it improves their selection of goods, and also trains your charisma and such, so it's definitely worth doing once you have a lot of extra cash coming in. Healer, Dyer. There's also gotchas. You can find like gotcha tokens and spend them in towns for random things. The shield. I definitely want to look... Actually, let's see where the town quest board is. Where's Madam's favorite quest board? I love that it does keep the quality of, like, something you look for. Because everything has different qualities in the game, so if something's really crappily made, it might be, like, stupid or dull or something. So you're like, where's a stupid quest board? Let's see. What do we got? Kill 9 beetles. Now, I hate them. I don't think we can do any of these. I want to say the ones, the foul race quests, I think these are just... Specifically, you have to kill them over time. It's not like you go to a specific map. But there are there are quests where you go to a specific map and you just have to kill every enemy on the map there. Oh, I can't leave. There we go. Danger level 2. Oh, who's this guy? How scary is this place? Oh, wait, paper robe, hold up. Okay, I would like... Oh god, she doesn't have any health. Damn it. Your companions are not completely dead. But we are gonna have to go back to the base. Also, your starting pets will... You get them back for free, you get the freebie, basically. I would like that paper robe. Because it's... The grass shirt we have on right now is literally, like, it does nothing. It is pointless. Paper robe at least gives us some dodge rating and gives us additional evasion stats as well. Gotta be very careful going back. Oh boy. Protect me. So I believe evolved, like even a kitten, I believe this one is considered neutral for the purposes of like not triggering aggro. But I'm going to try to avoid getting in too many fights. I'm hungry. Oh, right, shit. I forgot I have the auto eat when hungry. When did I get a mini snowman? Oh, I just ate a bag of sugar, it's fine. Okay, she's back. Oh, my first tax bill came in, yippee! So, you gotta pay taxes. And in case you were thinking, oh, what if I just burn the tax bill? Nah, you can't do that. Not allowed. There we go. So, at the start, pretty much the only way is to go drop it off at the capital, but eventually I believe you can deposit taxes remotely. But yeah, don't just not pay your taxes. You gotta pay them. Oh god, I gotta get some food. I need some food. Okay, these tomatoes are done. It's finally time to do the farming part of, you know, being a farmer. I don't have anything I can cook with it outside of just eating it straight up, though. Also, tomatoes are considered throwing weapons. It is not very good as a throwing weapon, but you can do it if you want to. Oh, there she is. Let's just go to sleep for now. I believe also if you stay awake for too long, eventually you do have to go to sleep. Otherwise you will just kind of collapse eventually. No, wake up. Because I think kicking does incur a karma penalty. Whatever, wait for her to get back up. I'm going to disassemble these lore letters. I believe you can use these to write stuff, like scrolls and stuff later on. Also, as long as you don't destroy the tomato plant, it'll continue to grow. We can harvest these pastures, too. Or no, are they not done? I don't think they're done yet. These trees are still growing, too. How much money do I have I got right now? 340. We need more money. I gotta collect more crap and sell it off. Everyone's EP. Oh my god. This kicking? Oh no, maybe there isn't a karma penalty anymore. Wait, she's not following me. Hold on. Oh, maybe because she was asleep, she wasn't following. Yeah, I think the biggest issue right now is I just don't have any defense, so as soon as anything gets through my evasion, it is very scary. You can also sell unidentified stuff. I might actually sell the scale cloak. Sell those off. I want to identify this because I don't know if it's any good, but I need to find the identify scroll. Oh, the forest disappeared over there. Maybe try the puppy cave again. Late stalagmite. What's my throwing? What's my odds right now? 83% still. Can't mind these stalactites. They're stalagmites, I guess. Oh fuck, the mouse actually got through my dodge. Weak. It's very easy to get carried away and just be like, oh, there's a thing, I'm gonna pick it up. Oh, there's a thing, I'm gonna pick it up. Actually, let me see. I don't remember. I think the puppy cave in this game is a little easier. Oh shit, they got drones in the puppy cave now? Some of these mobs are definitely new. I don't remember these last time I played. Oh god, don't go too deep. Don't go too deep. I'm gonna die again. Yep. God damn it. What is this axe, actually? Oh, hardness 56. Actually, it's pretty solid. I didn't realize they gave you a decent little axe to start with. Oh, geez, 2B. I was gonna say, as long as I can get those lightning procs, these guys die pretty quickly. Because he's robot. Especially because also the freeze can make him wet. So the combo is very good. Oh god, that's only 13. Selling stuff in a store is the best way to make money. Like your own stores, I mean. Selling it directly to the shipping box or whatever, you're not going to get very much. I think let's wrap it up there for now, though. We've been playing almost 3.5 hours, and I spent a lot of time streaming yesterday, so I'd like to finish up a little earlier today. Thanks for stopping by from Elon, folks. I might play some more on Thursday. I don't know. I like this game. This game's really fun. Who's live right now? Oh, is there a new Mario Kart World update? Jordan's playing Mario Kart World. I'm assuming there's a new thing. So I'd say raid drinking with skeletons. It's not it anymore. It's just Jordan skeletons now. Jordan last name skeletons. Alright, gang. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will be back on Thursday. Not sure if it might be informed of this. I might try... Oh, I gotta finish Fiesta, too. I got a lot of stuff to do. A lot of options. Anyways, have a good one going, gang. God, I can't talk anymore. It's time to go. I might go have a hot dog or something. Goodbye.